Morning YouTube. It's very cold this morning. That's my view this morning, what I woke up to. There's Loughrigg Tarn, all covered in mist. And then that's where I camped last night. It's a little bit later than planned. It's just coming up to 8 o'clock, so we've got about, you could see the sun just peeking up over the horizon there. Right, I'm going to finish packing away. Maybe walk for about an hour, find somewhere. When this mist clears maybe, and there's a bit of a better view, I'm going to stop, make coffee and breakfast, and then, yeah, let's press on and see how long it takes us to get to Coniston today. Right, as always, leave no trace. You can see how much snow and ice I managed to shake off my tent before I put it away as well. Right, let's get going. So we come through this gate, leave that valley behind, and heading down into Noon Crag. And this is a proper, well-maintained trail. Through this private estate, I guess that's why. Well, this is nice, easy walking straight there. Ooh, picnic table. Right, that looks like coffee and breakfast to me. Amazing views, but I don't know, it's atmospheric enough, I'll take that. Right, I'm going to get this table cleared up a bit, get the kettle on, and get some breakfast made. It's not a bad breakfast stop really, is it? So the plan for this morning is we follow this path down to Skelford Bridge, which crosses over the river Brothay, I think. I don't know, I'll put it up on screen. When we get down there, we turn up, basically come back on ourselves and follow the north bank of that river up to Elterwater, and then we kind of skirt around Elterwater, the lake itself, and Elterwater town is just on the opposite side to where we come in, so we basically walk along the edge of that and into that town, and I should be able to find a pub there, stop for a pint, get some warmth, get some recharging of electrics done. Yeah, and then this afternoon on to Coniston and camping by Coniston, by the lake just south of there. I just realised I keep saying lake and they're not. Like, Elterwater's a water. There's actually only one lake in the Lake District, and I think that's Windermere. All of the others they're like tarns or waters, or they've got different names, but there's only actually one lake in the Lake District. So I'm going to keep getting that wrong this whole time though, so you know, you're just going to have to live with it. Now that some of the mist starting to burn off, it looks like it's going to be a lovely morning. See if we can get a better view once we get out from these trees. The waterfall looks cool. I think I can get down to get a better picture. Yeah, this waterfall's cool. When we get you to swing you around, show you it. Right, time to try and make it back up there without falling in. Some of this is pretty slippery. Yeah, so that's the River Brothay. We're going to be following this northeast bank of that up to Elterwater. Let's get going. beach out today as well. I guess it's popular all year round here, although maybe still taking advantage of the nice weather. It is cold. So much for the mist burning off and giving some great views. It looked like it was going to, and you could see some blue sky, and it was, but then it's kind of settled in again. It's not as misty as it was before, but I'm not complaining about that. It looks great, it's super atmospheric, but you're not going to get the big spectacular views across the water and down the valleys like we got yesterday. That's okay. That's okay. So this is just the outskirts of Elterwater. I just had a check on Google, and the only cafe in town is closed on Tuesdays, so we'll do the challenging option. Wow, check out that. Oh, spinny right round as well, actually. Right, I'm going to stop and take a couple of layers off, definitely. As soon as you come out into that sun. I was getting a little bit warm anyway, but that's really pushed it over the edge. I can't go on with all of this gear on. That's a bit better. Right, press on. Okay, now a little bit higher up above the layer of the mist. It's pretty stunning. So we've walked up from round behind that ridge, over there, down through that forest, come out there, those views down the valley, and then this little bit of road walking here, through this gate, and down that way. So let's get going. As soon as you get out of the sunlight, there's still frost on everything. Yeah, I mean, literally, everything's still white here. There we go, Coniston, 4 miles. Yeah, we're this way. Tree fallen over there. So this path here to the side of the road is part of the Cumbria way, see, and also the way we're going. So the two paths obviously share a route for a little bit. Let's see what this is like. Cumbria way will be a nice one to add to my list of planned walks at some point. That's the Tarn. There's a bench just here, but we're a bit sheltered from the sun, so I'm just going to get round this corner and see if we can find somewhere in the sun to sit down and make some food and a hot drink. Cool. There's a wishing tree. They're all coins hammered into it. People hammer a coin in and make a wish. Wonder if any of them came true. Right, fed and watered, also fed the battery on this guy. Made a new little friend with that robin that was super domesticated. I just got to get this stuff tidied away, finish off my hot drink and then press on. And it's about 2.5 miles to Coniston, I think I mentioned earlier. So yeah, let's see what time we get there. I'm not quite sure what time it is now actually. When I get to Coniston, I'll check out what the plan for the rest of the day is. Maybe try and press on a bit further into the next stage rather than ending the day there, because it's quite an early finish that. South out of Coniston. I'm just going to cut down towards the lake and walk along that rather than follow the road. At least according to the OS maps, there's a couple of campsites there. Now they're probably going to be closed this time of year, but that should mean at least there's nice flat ground there. Right, follow this footpath down towards the lake now. So I think this building up ahead is Coniston Hall. The sailing club to the left there, and loads of benches. Yeah, so in that building was the signs for the reception for the campsite. Obviously totally closed up this time of year. So all this around here is the campsite. As you can see behind me, there's a water tap and everything there. I've just tried it, it's turned off at the moment, but this is great. So all of this would be great to actually pitch my tent on. So I'm just gonna, I don't know, walk maybe 5-10 more minutes down here and yeah, decide what I'm going to do for the evening. Problem is, cell reception's kind of terrible around here. What I could do is get the tent thrown up, dump some stuff in there, and then take some basic electronics with me, battery and chargers and things like that, and then walk back into town and go and sit in a pub for an hour. And then, before I come back here, there were a couple of convenience stores. Found one of those that's open and get a couple of bottles to bring back. I'm not sure. Anyway, I'm going to have a look, a bit of a scout around here and find somewhere to put my tent up. Right, I think I'm going to pitch my tent here, right by the lake. Right, home for the night. I haven't been able to do anything with these trekking poles, so they're still set a little bit low, but It worked all right yesterday. It'll work all right today. That's my tent pitch for the night. It's a perfect little spot right by the water. It's a little bit damp, but really not bad at all. Carrying this bag is ridiculous. It feels ridiculously light now, but it's like half the weight gone. Right, so I went back into town, into Coniston, went into the Black Bull Inn, I think it was called. Had 2 pints of beer there. Walking from where I left the tent to here was 20 minutes or a smidge over, or to the pub at least. It was like 22 minutes. So heading back should be about the same. So I'm gonna get back there, make some food. Anyway, I'm gonna put this away until I get back to my tent because my hands are cold and my gloves are buried in the middle of my bag somewhere. So look at that, still here. Okay, see if we do this and it shows up okay. So I started off by Loughrigg Fell, by the Loughrigg Tarn rather, camped just this side of it, then followed the path down up past Elter Water and into Elter Water town, village whatever, where the coffee shop was closed and the pub was closed. Then turning south, followed this ridge along here. This is where we're getting some great views out over the tops of the mists, but then headed down to the tarns. This is where I stopped for lunch. There was that robin there, and then carried on from there into Coniston. And then we're just off the bottom of the map here. Well, came to Coniston, got a coffee and cake there. Came out of Coniston down here along the front and were camped around here. Right. I think the next 3 days after this are a bit more remote. Obviously, yesterday was basically going through Ambleside, today's going through Coniston. But then we've got about 3 days of not going through any real civilization until we get to Keswick. Should be a bit interesting to see what there is this time of year when it's not near any of the little, I say towns and kind of little villages really, Coniston and Ambleside. Ambleside's a town, Coniston's like really small. All right, I'm gonna go.